I got nothing to ask him about.
Good morning. Lone Carter?
Yes? How'd you know who I am?
William's description was accurate to the letter.
I see.
My William has a great gift for descriptive writing. Even way before I met him, I already felt I loved him. His stories are splendid. They deserve better than to appear in those cheap tabloids.
I'm here to see someone, Rose. It's a matter of some urgency.
Sure. You will find Upton in the last room in the corridor to your left. We can't allow you into the room, though. Please speak to him through the bolt hole. He can become quite violent.
Tell me about Upton.
There's not much to say. He pleaded insanity after the murder, and for good reason. He spent all his time since then babbling and drawing odd symbols, like this one.
Thanks, Rose. Anything else?
I can tell you that he has a wife and daughter, but they've never come to visit him. William has visited him before, but not even he stops by much lately. Anyway, he speaks only in groans. He eats little. I don't know how to help you any further, Lone.
Thanks all the same, Rose. Same symbol that was drawn on the victim's door, just like William told me. Tell me about the man they dragged away.
All I know is that he came from Innsmouth and has been incarcerated since before I worked here. He always tries to escape.
I've noticed.
But he couldn't be on the loose. He can be very, very aggressive. His walks are always overseen by maximum security guards. But all too often they end up as you saw here today.
Thanks, Rose. Tell me about the other patients.
There is little to say, Lone. Once you get used to the hellish moans, it's a pretty quiet job. These poor people probably don't even know where they are. As much as we can, our duty is to try to give them a dignified life.
Yeah, right.
What?
That sounds right, I said. That sounds about right. Do you remember anything else about Upton?
I don't know how to help you any further, Lone. He speaks only in groans. He eats little.
Thanks all the same, Rose. Later, Rose.
Bye, Lone. Give my regards to William when you see him.
Sure. What a fright. Daniel Upton? Well, this is complicated. It would serve no purpose. Do you know Ephraim Waite? Calm down, Daniel.
Lone, please, don't get him riled up.
Daniel Upton? Well. This cell appears to be empty. Huh? Hello there.
Yes?
Hey, are you all right? Did they hurt you?
They can't hurt me. Not feel pain. The sea cures all.
You're from Innsmouth, right?
Innsmouth, yes. Innsmouth. Under Innsmouth, the sea, the reef. I have to get back there. I must get back there! Help me, please.
I doubt he'll be of much use to me. Good morning.
Yikes!
What?
Sonny, one should at least announce oneself before barging in.
But I did announce.
Youth these days, all the same. Thinking only of your fashionable fedoras, with no respect for the elderly.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to intrude on you.
You won't get away with being rude to me. I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
Fine, just fine.
Is John not on duty here today?
Why are you yelling? No, John was transferred.
Just great.
I need some information!
You're still yelling. Please go on.
I'm looking for information on Ephraim Waits. He lived here in Arkham. I'm conducting an investigation.
What was that? There's nothing wrong with our ventilation.
Oh, I'm looking for information on Ephraim Waits. I need it for an investigation.
What do you want to know?
Was he originally from Arkham?
I'll have to go look that up. In the meantime, you may browse the shelves at your leisure.
There are many construction documents, such as floor plans and blueprints. There's nothing I know of to look up here at the moment. There's nothing I know of.
Ah, here it is. He was a native of Innsmouth.
Did he have any family?
I'll have to go look that up. In the meantime, you may browse the shelves at your leisure.
Looks like collections of newspapers filed by year. I need a date. There's way too much material to sort through otherwise. Maybe the archivist can shed more light on this. I need a date. Maybe the... Countless books and documents about the history of Arkham. There are also obituaries filed by year. I need to pare down the list. There's way too much material. There's nothing I know of to look up.
Ah! He had one daughter by the name of Aseneth. They lived together. I don't know any more than that.
Where did he and his daughter live?
I'll have to go look that up. In the meantime, you may browse the shelves at your leisure.
There's nothing I know of. There's nothing I know of. There's nothing I... I need to... There's way... I need a date. Maybe the... I need it. Maybe...
Ah! Here it is. His last known residence was 27 Regent Street.
Let's talk about something else.
I need more information.
What do you...
Let's talk... I need the lowdown on Daniel Upton. He was accused of murder some years ago.
What do you want to know?
Do you know anything about the murder?
Do you know what year that happened?
No, to be honest.
It's rather difficult to find information without details. The only thing I might be able to do is look up his name. Wait. In the meantime, you may browse the shelves at your leisure.
It appears the house was demolished in 1917 to build a department store. Well, I guess today I won't risk being arrested for trespassing. I'd imagine it was torn down after he died. It would be better if I asked the archivist lady about it. I need to pare down the... There's way too much...
Not much to go on, but Upton has been in a mental hospital since 1915.
Did he have any family?
Wait, in the meantime, you may browse the shelves at your leisure.
I need to pare down the... There's way too much... There's a news article here concerning the murder of a certain ED by someone identified only as DU. Could this be the connection between them?
Here it is. He had a wife and son, but they no longer reside in Arkham. But Upton has been in a mental hospital since 1915.
Anything else?
I'm sorry, Sonny.
I need...
What do...
Could you tell me when he died?
I'll have to go look. In the meantime, you may...
I better wait for the lady to find what I need.
Here it is. October 28th, 1915. 5 years ago.
Let's talk about...
I need...
What do you...
I'll come back later.
What?
See you...
You two?
Ephraim Waite, a prominent figure and well-known philanthropist from Arkham, passed away. Prominent figure. I wonder what he actually did for a living.
I need more...
What?
I'll come back later.
What?
See you...
You two, son.
I need...
What do...
What was his occupation?
Look, young man, I heard things about him back in the day. I heard he spent his life engrossed in his business interests. He came from a wealthy Innsmouth family, but odd rumors about him abounded.
What kinds of rumors?
Rumors that he hosted some rather bizarre gatherings, not the type suitable for God-fearing folk. Back then, I was quite the hotsy-totsy. And a mutual acquaintance invited me to one of his parties, but naturally I turned down the offer. That being said, I saw him in a completely new light when he funded the restoration of the Christ Church cemetery grounds back in 1913.
I see. I'll come back later.
What?
See...
You two?
There's an article about Mr. Waite here. Philanthropy never dies. Arkham Tycoon finances renovation of ancient Christchurch Cemetery. The article has a photo of him. Could come in handy. I've never been to the Christchurch Cemetery.
What?
I have never been to the Christchurch Cemetery.
Why are you yelling so much? You can find it in the southeast section of the city. It's an ancient place. Since the renovation, it has lost much of its charm. But at least now, there's not as much risk of taking a brick to the head or being swallowed up by the earth.
Is Mr. Waite buried there?
Most likely. He renovated it after all. But let me go check the records. Well, this is strange. There are no burial records concerning Mr. Waite. This is very odd indeed. I wonder where he ended up.
I should probably take a look for myself at this cemetery Waite cared for so deeply. Ephraim Waite, prominent. There's a news. Could this be the connection? There's no mention of Ephraim Waite's passing in the obituaries for October 28th, 1915. That's strange. There's a this. It appears that remember anything?
I don't know how to help you when he speaks. He eats.
Thanks. Tell me about the other page.
There is little to once these as much as we can. Our duty is.
Yeah.
What?
That's later, Rose.
Bye. Give my regards to William when you see him.
Sure. Wait, what did you just say?
It was It had to be done. It had to be done. He's not in that grave. He was just a container prepared to meet wickedness in its purest state. It had to be done.
Lone, what have you done? Get out, Lone. Please, get him sedated. He'll end up getting hurt.
Edward Derby. This has got to be the name of the guy Upton murdered. He is not in his grave. It had to be done. What does that mean? I ought to head to the Christchurch Cemetery and look into all this further. Marco Sangallo. After all, it's always the others who die. I don't like messing around with graves. It's disrespectful. It says, Edward Derby, son and poet. Your spirit will always be by our side. This is the grave of Edward Derby. I should return later, under cover of darkness. I'll need some help with all this, though. I could recruit William. He seems to be the type to appreciate a good exhumation.
Come in, Lone.
What happened to Upton?
As I told you, I didn't make it in time. All I know is that he went mad and killed a friend of his. I don't know who that friend was. We had been out of touch for some time. He is now locked up in an asylum, but is no longer the Daniel I once knew.
It seems you know the nurse at the asylum quite well.
Yes, we have a bit of a history. She found me slightly unforgettable.
She told me to give you her best wishes.
And I gladly accept them. Quite the woman, that Rose.
Do you know of an Edward Derby by any chance?
No, never heard of him.
It's the name of the guy Upton killed.
How did you find this out?
Upton told me.
You managed to make him talk? But how?
I showed him a photo of Ephraim.
Interesting.
Upton said he was just a vessel, and what he did had to be done. I think there's a connection. I found Derby's grave at the cemetery. I might need some help tonight.
Count me in, Lone. Do you have the necessary tools?
I have a shovel, but the tomb is covered by a marble slab.
Don't worry. I can bring a crowbar.
Perfect. Tonight then.
Let's meet up right there.
I can't think of anything else I have to do today. Maybe I should just go lie down and wait for nightfall. I'd better rest up a little before meeting Blanco at the cemetery.
Lone, over here.
Evening, William.
Got the shovel on you?
Sure. Let's get to work. This is the grave of Edward Derby. Come on, William!
Almost there.
This is quite the chore. We're almost there. What a stench.
Lone, look. He has something in his hands.
Daniel was right. It can't be Ephraim. He has a damn firm grip for such an old fella. Help me, William. 1, 2, 3. It looks like some sort of key, but to fit what kind of lock? We gotta put everything back as it was before we get caught. We'll figure the key out later. The last thing I want is to end up in the newspaper as a grave robber.
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, that would give my stories a huge boost in readership.
Jeez, William, stop kidding around. Done. The sun's coming up. The groundskeeper will be here soon.
Lone, shh. I hear someone coming.
Yeah, I do too. Split up. Let's meet up later at my place.
See you later, Lone. And good luck.
The sun was already rising high when Lone arrived back home after the horrible night before. The magnitude of the meaning of the night's events eluded him. Innsmouth, Ephraim, and Upton, the tomb of Derby, and the weird object found. All looked like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle to which he'd thrown away the complete box art. He fell asleep almost immediately, with these thoughts whirling in his head. I've never felt this depth of sorrow in all my life. When Father passed, well, everything changed. My mother, our poverty. Father and I shared little common ground. Perhaps we merely lacked the time to find it. But now that this has come about, a frightful tightness grips my chest. Simple respiration has become a labor. Vital oxygen seems to have lost the route on its way to my lungs. If only he were still here with me, to enlighten me, to offer guidance. Oh, grandfather. Oh, my grandfather.
Howard, aren't you done yet?
I'll be right over. It falls upon me to preserve the items of my grandfather's estate that are the most crucial. I'll obtain one for now. One never knows. A portrait of my mother as a young woman. How beautiful she was then. Her eyes shine, transmitting the serenity in her soul out into the world. This would have been back from before I was even conceived. Let me see. There seems to be something inscribed on the back. I should discover some method to disengage it from the frame. I feel no desire to lug the picture, frame and all, around with me. Aha! This means should provoke the intended ends. The pen has been rendered utterly useless.
Howard! There's nothing worth anything in there.
Travel chronicles and general geography. I shall peruse them at a later date. Not now. Not now. Volumes concerning art and painting. The opportune moment to peruse these is not this one. Treatises on anthropology. These perk my interest. I shall peruse them at a later date. These are far beyond my field of expertise. Generic novels of low regard. My current mood desires other pursuits. My current mood is not one for reading. On the underside of the canvas lurks an enigma. The enigma seems to indicate this shelf. That looks like the personal journal of my grandfather. I believe I'll obtain it. During the spring of his life, he was constantly traveling. Who even knows to how many far-flung locales? Mayhap I, myself, might meander there forth someday. The journal of my My memory is filled to the brink with the tales of my grandfather's travels. It was always as if they vaporated directly into my imagination. Snowbound peaks, rainforests infested with every manner of danger, splendid cities where the meek are preyed upon by the scum of humanity, lurking assassins and thieves. Such places appeared vividly in my dreams. Airborne monstrosities surged toward my person, borne aloft on the membranes of bat-like wings, their long and gnarled talons clutching at me. They had no faces. Upon a command, I could steer them as I wished. Let's see. This globe has buttons set in many specific locales around the world. I have a vivid childhood recollection of grandfather pressing them to open an odd concealed mechanism, but his fingers moved too fast for my young eyes to catch. Perhaps an undiscovered clue awaits me elsewhere. The journal of my We left at the first light of dawn. We had the automaton with us. Automaton? What does that mean? We all met in the basement on the outskirts of Boston. It was almost like entering a church, long since deserted. Planted all around, a pentacle painted upon the grimy flagstones were candles, wax frozen in mid-drip. There was no point wasting time here. No answers lay here, and Paris was at least a week away. Our final destination within the vastness of the Arabian desert lay even further ahead. We had to make a move. There was no option but for the automaton to perform the ceremony. Just looking at it sent a shiver up my tired spine, and then it just stops right there. The journal was penned about 15 years ago. Mayhap this was all merely an outline for a fictional work. A work of vivid imagination. I heard a click. A tiny compartment has slid open at the base. There is a key ensconced within. It fits. The trunk is now open.
Howard, are you even still there?
A multitude of books. Without a single exception, they are all very old editions. A selection thereof consisting of the rarer of occult treatises, the need for which escapes me. Wait, that's a rare and ancient printing of a book I favor greatly. I must procure it.
Howard, hurry up!
A very old edition of the 1001 Nights. I can't wait to read it. I've always had a soft spot for these stories. The Merchant and the Genie. Wonderful. Prince Camaralzaman. So many memories. A bookmark holds the place of a story I've never heard of. The tale of Abdul al-Hazred. Faced with no chance of escape, the keepers sought to ensnare one of their own. Poor Abdul needed to choose, and choose wisely. God, my head.
Such a vivid dream. What does it mean?
Lone.
I'm coming, William.
Lone. Lone. Great news. Great news.
William, slow down. What's happening?
Wilmarth got back to me. We have to go to Vermont and find some guy by the name of Ackley. From what I've learned, he may prove useful to us. It appears he may be quite the eccentric fellow. He lives like a hermit. No mail can get through, and, needless to say, he has no telephone. He could help us understand your condition better and perhaps cure it.
What about what we found last night?
We can figure all that out after we get back. I'm curious as well, but this is much more important.
How will we get there?
I have an automobile. Don't worry.
An automobile? Really? I've never ridden in one. I can't wait to give it a try. Who is this Ackley?
A former Miskatonic professor of anthropology. Apparently, he left the teaching profession due to personal reasons. He seems to be something of a strange character. Going by what Wilmarth told me, he may have a dependence on certain substances.
What are we waiting for? Let's go. Looks like it's not locked. There's something in here. Let's see what it is. Containers with strange liquids inside. Should we take them, William?
Sure, bring them along. At the very least, they'll serve as a souvenir of our trip to Vermont.
No answer. Still no answer. Still, nobody's answering the door.
Try knocking again.
Still no answer. Still nothing.
We cannot have come this far for nothing. Let's just break in.
Seriously?
What do we have to lose? I don't see any cops around.
Come, William.
What's wrong with him?
He looks unconscious. Let me check. Hey! Hey! Nothing.
Check his pulse.
He's still alive.
We need him awake.
Wake up! Wake up! Nothing. He has something in his pocket. A handwritten booklet. It looks like some kind of notebook.
Go on, Lone. Read it.
On the cover it says, exotic mushrooms and their strange side effects. I better take a closer look at this. Hey, look at this, William. This page was bookmarked.
Read it, Lone. Let's hear what it says.
It seems there's nothing of interest. It deals with strange mushrooms.
Lone, it looks more like a manuscript than a bookmark.
Let's have a look. These seem to be some kind of notes. Not very meticulously written, by the look of it. It appears to be the formula needed to induce a trance.
Yes, but how do we wake him up?
The necessary equipment is here. We just need to understand the formula.
Perhaps there are some clues in the notes.
We still need something to inject the potential antidote.
That syringe over there on the floor seems up for grabs.
A used syringe. God only knows what he injected himself with. This disgusts me, but we need something to inject him with. I see nothing else around. A still, used to distill substances. It would serve no purpose. Looks like it's working.
Huh? What?
He's finally better.
Better? Better? You have no idea what you have done.
Saved you from probably dying?
Months of studies. Years, even, of studies. My trips. My proofs. I was one step away from Yugoth. I could already see its vibrant colors, together with my insectoid friends. What are you doing in my house?
William, are we even sure the tip is right?
Wait a moment, Lone. You're Henry Ackley, right?
Yes. Why?
You spoke of Yugoth.
That's right. What do you know of Yugoth? Are you an enlightened scholar as I am?
I would dare to identify myself as such, and what you're saying fills me with wonder. Did you really make it all the way to Yugoth?
Yes. Well, if not for you getting in the way, I was one step away. One single step. Insane, they called me. They removed me from my teaching position, but the entire time, I was correct on all counts. On all counts!
We are truly sorry to have interrupted your experiment. We'll make amends by helping you get it back up and running as soon as possible. And as an added bonus, we're here to relate to you an extraordinary story as real as yours.
Let's hear it then. Really? You wouldn't be lying to me?
Unfortunately not.
You have my guarantee.
Very, very interesting, but I'm still not sure how useful I'll be.
Any information at all, even the slightest detail, could prove vital.
My dear Lone, your condition is something I have never heard of before. I am, of course, aware of the creature of which you speak, but this is the first time I've ever heard tell of a survivor. A further encounter involving the taking of samples could help, but I would strongly advise against that.
We're back to square one.
Possibly. Nobody could say one way or the other. But at this point, I cannot but accompany you on your journey back. I am sorely in need of some entertainment, and of certain substances easily available in Arkham for my experiments. And perhaps I could also be useful to your investigation. You diverted me from my path. This is the least you can do.
We absolutely agree, Henry.
Okay, let's get on our way then.
You mentioned something about a corpse holding a key during the drive here.
That's right. We got the key last night.
This all seems so unreal to me, like I'm just a puppet. Someone led me to that key, starting with that fake letter that led to that horrific crime. Everything began with my misadventures in Innsmouth.
Yep.
I'd love to go there someday. It seems bursting at the seams with mysteries.
If you value your skin, I'd advise against it.
I value knowledge far more than my skin.
It came to our notice, Henry. That mixture would probably have killed you.
Gentlemen, is there anything else you require?
No thanks. We're fine for now.
I will take your leave then.
Granted.
I would have been in a better place. And I don't mean in any religious sense. There's nothing left for me here.
For now, there is this mystery, though. Might that not be enough?
It may provide some satisfaction.
Lone Carter?
It might be. What do you want?
For now, all I can say is take a closer look at the altar in the church.
But who? Where? Wait! Come back here!
Who was that?
How the hell should I know? This whole thing is driving me crazy.
Tastier and tastier. Secrets and subterfuge. Just the way I like it.
If you say so. Anyway, I say we start finding out exactly what this key is and how to use it.
I should head to Miskatonic to look into that.
Okay. Well, you're there. We'll check out the cemetery.
Okay. I'll meet up with you there later.
That guy at the cafe told us to have a closer look at this altar. There's some kind of lock set into the center. Let me have a closer look at it. It seems that after some time, it returns to its original position on its own. Bingo. I heard a loud rumbling somewhere off in the distance. What a strange object. This is an incredible find.
Show me? Interesting. It's a good thing that I'm here with you guys. I've seen carvings like these before.
Can you tell me what they mean then?
No, Lone. I'll need to go to a certain special place to decipher them.
Guys, I don't know if there's any connection, but Armitage seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. No one at the university knows where he is. I went to his house, and he hasn't been there for the last 2 days. This seems bad.
We'll deal with that in due time, William. Look what we found. Henry said he can translate the symbols on it.
Yes, I need to go somewhere to do so, though. And you already know how I get around. I'll need certain substances. Do you have access to them?
I have a contact that might be of help. Rose.
There are surely tons of medicines loaded with your certain substances in such a place.
What kind of place?
A madhouse.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good. Let's go. We'll figure out how to get our hands on your substances later.
I might have an idea how to do just that.
Hi, William.
How are you, Ben? Everything okay with the family?
We'll pull through.
My friends and I have to meet with Rose. Will that present any kind of problem?
Absolutely not, William. You are always welcome here in our madhouse.
Thanks, Ben. See you later. Rose, it's been a while.
It has indeed, William.
Lone, my good friend here, told me you sent your best wishes. And I just...
It says medicine. It doesn't seem to be locked. I think this is what we're after. Take a look and be quick about it.
Done. We can go.
Good. William, we're leaving.
I still have a few things to catch up with Rose about. Head to my house. I'll meet up with you there.
Sounds like a plan. See you later. Shouldn't we wait for William?
I've done this countless times. Calm down.
Sure you're not taking unnecessary risks? We can't even begin to know how to decipher what is written here.
Someone is laying breadcrumbs for us to follow. That much is certain. At this point, I see no other option but to just go for it.
Very well. Henry, thanks.
You can thank me when this is all over and done with. It's already taking effect. My head is getting light. I beg you.
What, Henry?
Lone.
William, you wouldn't wait. We'll just have to wait for him to wake up.
It worked! How magnificent. Every time I come here, I arrive in a different location. The center of all knowledge in the universe and its infinite dimensions. Breathtaking. There is always a price to pay for knowledge. What will it be this time? Simply wondrous. But this is no time for sentimentality. I have to start searching.
What are you?
What? Who's speaking to me?